Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and we have another fully loaded docket for you today. So of course, we have the Chase United credit card refresh. We'll take a look at all of those. We have Wyndham getting into the debit card game, and of course, we have Robinhood with a few new features, trying to become a bank following SoFi's name, plus updates on that credit card they promised you. They might actually get it to you. Maybe. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and press the subscribe button and let's get to work. Now, we will lead off with our old friends at Chase. While we're still allowed to talk about Chase here, he said with nervous laughter. If you know, you know, I guess. So, anyhow, a while back we talked about the Chase Freedom categories, and this time around we have news on their secret categories. As you remember, it is the anniversary of Freedom, 15 years of Freedom, I believe. So, on the third month, the last month of each quarter, they're going to give you a bonus category. Now, of course, this bonus category, it still draws from the same $1,500 pool, you know, the original categories do, so just keep that in mind. It's not a new set of $1,500 you can spend. So anyways, reports suggest this time around it's going to be eligible internet, cable, and phone services. Now, again, people are kind of upset about this. I don't think this is worth being upset about. Either it benefits you or it doesn't. The majority of us, myself included, have no benefit from this because you have the Chase in Cash primarily, or maybe you have the US Bank Cash Plus or something similar to that. The average person is not going to have a business card that covers this stuff, right? And this Freedom cards are for consumers, so I don't think it's worth bashing and worth getting mad over. Last quarter was helpful as tax prep and, insurance, if your insurance fell in that month, right? So, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I think we've said all we need to say, so just keep that in mind. Again, remember that is going to be in the last month of Q2, so we're talking about June. So, moving right along, we have Wyndham. Wyndham getting into the debit card space, launching a rewards debit card, which is an interesting move given that, they do have some credit cards with Barclays. They decided to extend the partnership. We covered that a while back. Of course, they didn't say how long. So now they have a debit card, which we do like optionality. So let's take a look at this. And straight from Wyndham, here, the Wyndham Rewards debit card. So it's got a monthly fee of $6 because, again, it is tied to a checking account, right? So it's the checking account fee, but it's waived with an average monthly balance of $2,500 in the checking account. Multipliers, one back on Wyndham, groceries, and gas stations. Half a point for dollar spent on all other purchases, which is harsh, but also kind of par for the course for debit cards. Benefits, gold status. And you could get up to 7,500 anniversary points based on yearly spend. Don't get too excited though. So $5,000 in spend will get you 2,500. $10,000 in spend will get you 5,000 bonus points, and $15,000 in spend will get you the 7,500. The intro offer has been 2,500 points for completing 2 direct deposits and spending $100 within the first 90 days of opening. And this is through Sunrise Bank, I believe, is their banking partner. So overall, there you have it. I don't think this is going to be of too much interest to most people. I'm glad it exists. It gets some people into the game easier. The only real folks who are going to be into this, I think, would be some folks who come up with like debit card manufactured spending. But even then, I don't know if it'd be worth the hassle to earn that many points. Maybe if your scheme is easy enough. I mean, we don't know how uptight or on guard their banking partner is going to be for this. But there is an option if you want it, so let me know. I probably will not do a bank promotion video on the other channel for it, just because, 2,500 points comes out to $25. And anytime I do $50 cash, people give me a hard time. So for Wyndham points, not so much. If you wanted to do it for a little bit, I think it's fine to kind of top off your account, but there's probably just, unless you're doing some kind of spend maneuvering, which some of you could come up with and it could be helpful for you. Probably don't share those down below because someone will take them and then it will be a widespread and, be a whole thing. Or do. I guess it doesn't really matter. So anyhow, the big news of the week is the Chase United refresh. So last week we touched on it. The business one was there's a memo went out to bankers for the Explorer card with the new elevated offer, and then the business card details were linked. So now we have refreshes across the whole product line. So this is compliments of the points guy. So I'm going to go through all these cards, just the changes. I'll try to find some United B-roll to put on screen so it's not just me talking to you for the whole time, but You can see them on screen now. Again, all 4 cards have the debut offer. So we're talking about 4 of them. So if we get into it here, again, compliments of the points guy who broke these down. So start at the top of the house, the Club Infinite and Business card. So annual fee on the personal card is going from $525 to $695, moving up $170. Business card goes from $450 to $695, up $245. It's just quite steep. Reduced guest allowances. The regular United Club membership included with this card has been lowered. The adult guest allowance from 2 to 1, which kind of hurts. You can now guest 2 adults and get 2 adults in after spending $50,000 in a calendar year. That hurts. Premier qualifying points boost. 1,500 PQPs applied each year should you land in your account between February and April 1st, starting 2026. It can be stacked with other cards. That could be helpful for some. They've got an increased PQP earn rate threshold as well. It doubles from basically 1,500 to 15,000 to 2,800, almost double the same year. Not too bad. Hotel statement credit. This is where it gets rough. Up to $200 on a prepaid reservation made through renowned hotels and resorts. That's Chase's luxury hotel booking platform for United cardholders each anniversary year. Plus, the earn rate on these bookings is increasing from 3.5 to 4 miles. And business card gets 5 miles. Ride hailing statement credit up to $12 monthly plus a bonus $6 for a total of $18 in December. Cool. Fairlock statement credit for businesses and card or business card only up to $50 back each anniversary year to hold the price. Car rental, travel, bank cash, $50 each for the first 2 Avis or budget rental cars booked through United Cars. JSX flight statement credit. I should have looked that up, but I didn't when we talked about it last week. $200 each anniversary year. Instacart credit, 2 $10 monthly Instacart credits. 2 $10 monthly Instacart credits plus a complimentary Instacart Plus membership that ends December of 2027. Quest card, as annual fee is $250, it's now $350, moves up $100. You got your United Travel Bank credit, $200 in Travel Bank cash each anniversary year. Replaces the $125 United Statement credit. We talked about that before. Award flight discounts. They've got the PQP boost as well. I'm going to skim through some of these. The increased PQP earning rate as well. Your hotel statement credit this time is $150. Your ride hailing statement is $8 monthly plus a bonus $4 in December. Okay. Car rental is $40. JSX is $150. Instacart is $110, $5 monthly Instacart credit. Explorer, fan favorite card, moving up to $150. We talked about that last week. $55 increase. Lounge pass restrictions. Previously, the 2 one-time United Club passes available each anniversary year could be gifted to others. Now the guest must enter with the card holder, so you better really like your player too. No more upgrades. Upgrade on award tickets will be removed August 1st. Hotel statement credit is up to $50 each for your first 2 prepaid reservations through the United Hotels each anniversary year. So cool. Ride hailing is $5 monthly. Car rental is $25 each for your first 2 visits or Avis or budget. JSX is $100. Instacart is $10. The gateway, not much there. Not much there at all. You'd still get the 2 free check bags, but it's after spending $10,000 in a calendar year. That one really hurts. It doesn't sound like much, but it really hurts. Business card, last one here, moving up to $150 annual fee from $99. Lounge pass restrictions. Again, previously the 2 one-time United Club passes available each anniversary year could be gifted. Now you got to go in with the person you know. Travel credit, $125 in Travel Bank cash. After 5, it was previously 7 United flight purchases of $100 or more. That one kind of hurts. Increased PQP earning. Hotel statement credits up to $50 each for your first 2 prepaid reservations. Fairlock ride hailing is $8. Car rental is $25 each for the first 2. JSX is $100. Instacart is $10. There we go. That was a lot of just reading slides. But those are the updates. Again, it's all linked to profitable content, and we ran through it too fast for you. But I didn't want to spend that long going through updates. The gist of it is they're getting more expensive across the board, and they're transitioning to coupon books that you have to actually use. I don't know that it's as bad. Like, people have been comparing it to the Amex Platinum Playbook. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's not great, right? But because, some of these you can use seemingly, the Travel Bank is good, for example. these hotel credits. Yeah, it's probably annoying to have to go through this hotel program, but it doesn't, at least how the points guy has it, doesn't sound like the hotel ones are like, hey, per quarter. Now, some of these, there were the Instacart, the ride hailing statement credit, but at least it says ride hailing, which means you can use, either service. It is kind of annoying. It's $8 monthly. Those are probably the worst ones, like the Instacart being broke up into almost coupons. Those are bad. The bulk credits, though, the hotel one where you're probably going to earn the most of your money back, I think is the most easiest one to deal with. The gateway is the one that I think is just the gut punch, because that you hold that card for the check back. But now 2 free check backs after spending 10 grand in a calendar year kind of hurts. So yeah, overall, I think my summary on these is, how I can tell how good the changes are going to be for the bank and the partner based on how much we hate them. If you hate them, it means they're probably good changes across the board, because once again, they want to get people to use these cards, not just hold them for various lounge access or just free check bags and whatnot. And our argument is always, well, okay, but give me more value. And on some level they did. With the increased PQP earnings, that does help. You do have to spend a lot of money, but it does help. So I don't think these are great changes by any means. They all got more expensive, which is never good. So I don't fly United. I'm not a huge fan of any of these. I don't think it's as bad as American Express, because there's a little bit more flexibility in there than what we've normally seen with Amex products, but it's still not great. But unfortunately, this is probably the trend for cards, co-branded cards like this. We've long since talked about the term sock drawer, desk drawer, or whatever drawer you prefer to leave your card in, right? Well, they don't want that. The lender doesn't want that, because it's just a credit limit sitting out there as a liability that you're not using. Yeah, but you could use it anytime technically, so they would like to at least make money off of that, presumptuous risk. And of course, the partner wants, to spend in the swipes and the loyalty. So it's hard to say. I understand why they're doing it. On some level, some of the golden age stuff might be coming to an end, and this might be the next frontier as we see more card issuers make these changes. So I can imagine once Citi gets situated with American, we'll be talking about this in probably another year with them. That'll be the major 3 legacies. We just talked about, Southwest pushing more of the cards to solve a lot of the problems they created. We'll give it another year, and then they'll be doing changes just like this, which is not great. But overall, that is what you got. Now, if you don't like these changes and you want to be more of a cash back person, but you need a bank and you're with Robinhood, well, you may be interested in Robinhood's latest, I'm going to call it announcement, press release type deal. They had an event, basically. Keynote is what you would call it in the tech world. We'll just call it the Robinhood keynote, right? So this is coming to us for The Verge. We have a few things. We have their plans to become a real bank following the SoFi path. And then we also have some numbers from their call of, well, hey, where the heck are your Robinhood Gold cards at? So this is from The Verge website. I do like their podcast as well. So, as they say, Robinhood is getting closer to becoming a full-fledged financial services. This was Wednesday. The company announced a wholly online banking platform that will offer checking and savings accounts to Robinhood Gold subscribers when it launches. The platform, called Robinhood Banking, aptly named, will let users access their accounts. As well as said, I like when people write this, and again, I like The Verge. They'll let their access their accounts. I would hope so. As well as send and receive money through a dedicated app, so it might be separate from the actual Robinhood trading app. Even attempts to make up for not having a physical location by having physical cash delivered on demand right to your doorstep. There still aren't many details about this, but there's a fun slide for Robinhood Banking. So goes on to say banking promises a 4% annual percentage yield, APY, and FDIC insurance up to $2.5 million. That's nice. Company notes that since it's not an FDIC bank, it's offering pass-through, which you're used to. Like the same thing they do with a cash management account as well. Service will offer individual and joint banking accounts at launch, along with options to create children's accounts as well. Robinhood's Money General Manager Vice President says. So there you go. There's some more screenshots. In addition to it, to a bank account, Robinhood is launching a new wealth management platform called Robinhood Strategies. It will offer access to a mix of single stocks and exchange trade funds, known as ETFs, which are actively managed to provide access to more opportunities. Of course, the funds will have fees. There you go. They'll probably find a way to plug AI into it. Oh, there you go. If you keep scrolling, Robinhood also plans to launch an AI-powered investment tool called Cortex for Gold subscribers, provide analysis and insights about the current market. There you go. So that is the plan over at Robinhood. So overall, I think Robinhood Gold, at least I do like the fact they keep trying to add things to it. I don't think Robinhood Gold on the surface is a bad service. They're still adding stuff, why make the bank out just for gold subscribers, maybe make it open to everyone and then have the APY tiers and stuff come into place and the cash delivered to your house, which seems unnecessary. You could probably it would probably be easier to partner with ATMs, but like everyone else does, but whatever. It's cool enough. I have no problems with any of this. Their IRA match, for example, is a good example of I think there's value to be had. But the real reason a lot of folks joined Gold was for that Gold card. And, it was going to be the 3% on everything. And there was a wait list. But now there's a lot of folks who do not have the credit card. Well, some notes came up from the call. I'm pulling these from Reddit. We're just going to take these folks at their word. And this gentleman here is just kind of summarizing. So he said, since the launch, they've signed up 100,000 users, specifically I think it's for the Gold card. They plan on signing up another 100 in the next week alone. They plan on putting a serious dent, in quotes, in the wait list by the end of 2025. Did not say how long the wait list was. Everyone in attendance at the event will be given an invite to get the card. Very small event, likely no more than 150 people, but it's interesting. So there you go. We don't know who they invited. So this guy said he's been on the wait list since March of 2024. And that's that's a year now, which is crazy. And the thing about it is they said it's a wait list. They didn't really give a time, but I would feel upset if I was you guys and I joined specifically for the Gold card. I would definitely feel upset. And, yes, on one hand, there are arguments like Robinhood Gold has a bunch of other services. That much is true, but you knew what you were doing with the credit card. To take this long to roll it out and just keep collecting everyone's $50, you knew what you were doing. I think that's all sorts of wrong. And the funny part is, in the time that you've been doing that, we've seen U.S. Bank smartly come out and, for what, $5,000 with U.S. Bank, you can get a 2.5% card, so and not have to pay the $50 a month. If you had no additional interest in Robinhood Gold services at all, you could just move over to U.S. Bank. Again, we think, we've been talking about the Smartly rumors at length, but we don't know what's going to happen. So for right now, if that was me, I would probably have moved just out of spite. But again, I do think the Gold is a decent service. I do like what they're doing over there. But if you only join for that, there's no reason it should take this long, man. Or I should be paying into it until I want. Why at that point? Why join the wait list? I could have just waited till the card was open for new customers. You could also considering that, but at this point, I don't know. It's kind of where you're at. If they show you where you're at in line, then maybe. But anyhow, that is what Robinhood's up to. Like it overall. It is interesting. Here's hoping, if nothing else, there are some new bank intro offers coming because it's been kind of slow over on the second channel. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. Of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel as we're posting content just like this every single week. Of course, right back every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and every single day over on profitablecontent.com. The channel's blog also has the latest news stories just like this, bank promotions, and of course credit card offers. Nothing for Robinhood Gold or Smartly. You'd think they'd give me a link based on how much I talk about them, but anyhow, we got stuff over there. Go check it out. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.